What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new vlog. Today is Monday and it is December 9th. It is currently 9 a.m. in the morning. I don't know if you guys can see. We woke up a little late today, but it's okay. It's actually kind of cold out here today in Houston. I think it's 44 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly. I am currently on my way to the gym here in the garage. And I just wanted to kind of like make just we're just gonna be talking in this video. All right, I'm just gonna be ranting. I'm gonna be mumbling a little bit about random things. Last night I was up pretty late. I went to sleep around 3, and the reason why is because so we get all of our apparel and accessories and all that stuff from overseas. So we're trying to get everything in as fast as possible because January 14th or 17th they have like a Chinese New Year over there, so they won't be working for a whole month. So we're trying to get in all of our orders, before that happens. If we can get everything shipped before that happens, then that would be great. That's one of the things that I kind of like been taking on more, actually coming up with dope designs, the fabric, making sure that everything is custom. And I really want to take that a step further next year. If you are a gym, you have to sell things inside of your gym, 100%. You like almost 40% of our monthly revenue comes from sales, from like selling merch, from selling accessories, from selling energy drinks and all that stuff. And I actually have like this system going on that I've been using for, I'd say, about almost 3 years. So I got this what's it called, like this American Express card, right? This credit card, and I have a limit of X amount. And what I like to do is I like to buy everything that I'm gonna be selling. I like to buy it through there because I don't have to pay for it until next month. So it gives me kind of like the opportunity to sell it and then pay it at the end of the month, That's one of the things that I really, really like about that. And honestly, you can open up like a line of credit with any other, credit company. But I like American Express just because I like, the traveling points and all that stuff. I do make like maybe 3 or 4 trips a year, which is not a lot. So, but it does help a little bit. But yeah, if you're not selling anything at your gym, you got to start selling stuff, man, because that's how you're going to be making those daily sales go up. And like I said, we make like almost 40% of our monthly revenue from daily sales, and that's not personal training or anything like that. We do have sign-up fees, so that's where some of our revenue comes in. It comes in as well, but all the sign-up fee money goes back into buying new equipment or upgrading the facility. A lot of people sometimes, whenever they sign up, they'll ask like, "Oh, well, what's the point of the sign-up fee? Like, why do you guys charge the sign-up fee?" I feel like everybody's different. Everybody can structure their business however they want. I structure it in that way just because I want to keep bringing in new things, and if I want to put that sign-up fee to work. So that's kind of like my what I like to personally do. Obviously, you can run your business however you want, but I do feel like constant upgrades in any business, whether it be like better systems, in my case, better equipment, a little bit more amenities, nicer amenities. Like we just actually spent 2 days ago, I bought brand new saunas, I bought massage chairs, because we're going to be replacing everything that's in the current recovery lounge, and we're going to make it really, really nice. We're going to be adding some of the honeycomb lights in the whole recovery lounge. So the whole recovery lounge is going to be blue, and it's going to look really, really, really nice. My goal has always been to just add more value. And I'm actually making a video today later on about our current pricing, why I chose to price it the way it's currently priced, and maybe you can take something from it. So be on the lookout for it. It should be coming out this week. Like I said, I'm filming it today, so maybe it's going to be released Thursday or maybe Wednesday if we can get the editing done. Right now I'm working with Jonathan. We've been working together for a very, very long time, and one of the things that I really like about Jonathan is that he literally We film a video, he edits it right then and there. He starts working on it, and sometimes it can take a couple of hours depending on how long the video is, and how detailed we want to be with it. But no, he's just amazing, and I'm just glad to have him around. This week as well, we're going to be checking out a few buildings on Wednesday, so we're going to be recording all of that. That video has to be out by Friday, and I'm super excited. I really am. And I'll add to this rant. We're going back and forth on something. So I'm debating on either leasing or just buying, because some of the buildings that we're currently looking at, like the lease is like super expensive, and I'm like, damn, it's like might as well just buy the property, And then all the properties that we've listed so far, there's like so much that we need to do to them. Like we gotta change a lot, and I'm like trying to measure out like the pros and cons, right? Like if we purchase, it's going to be a lot more money up front just because we have to put a down payment on the property and closing costs and all those things. If we lease, we get in there a little bit faster. We can move a little bit faster because we have obviously more money to play with. But on the downside, all that money that we spent on the renovations and upgrading the facility, gone just like that, And that's one of the things that's kind of like been in the back of my head, and I literally, that was one of the things that I was thinking about last night, and I just couldn't go to sleep. There's not a blueprint to anything, so we kind of like learning as we go. And I will say that one of the things that I did learn is whenever we got in our current facility, it was a lot nicer because it's just, you just go in there. Yeah, it's a little bit more money up front, but you don't have to ask permission to do anything. You can do whatever you want, as opposed to my previous building. I was leasing that building, and the landlord sold the property a year and a half into my lease. So then I had a new landlord, and that guy was really hard to get a hold of, and I just didn't like that. So I'm like, do I really want to go back to that? So we got a few options, and we'll show you guys on Friday all of those options. We got 4 buildings we're going to be touring. One of them seems very promising, and to be honest with you guys, it's probably a building that I would buy for the right price. I think right now it's priced a little bit too high because of the area. It is in Houston. They're all in Houston, but this one's like up north side of Houston, on the north side of Houston, and it is a nice building. I really like it. It was actually previously a gym, like a community gym or something like that. I didn't really catch the name of it, but that one I really, really like. And I'm like thinking of it long term, right? What's going to make the most amount of sense? I feel like there's been a lot of gyms popping up recently, like even just a lot of gyms opening up more gyms, like there's been a few in Dallas, there's been a few here in Houston, but I feel like the money is the actual like wealth side of things. It's in owning the property, not just the business, And I want to be in that position 10 years down the road, where I own the business, I own the property. Like there's so many benefits to actually owning the property itself. It appreciates, you can use it for tax purposes, and I feel like long term that's what I want to do. So why not just start right now, right? And it's like I said, it's got its pros and cons of buying and leasing, but right now I do feel very comfortable with purchasing something like that, even though the project might take a little bit longer if I do go that route. But it's okay, right? Because I'd much rather take a little bit longer, create a better business, a better structure, and I might, we're gonna be able to actually create a better gym, a nicer facility if we take our time with it, right? The goal is to open it by October. Now, if we purchase, obviously that's probably not gonna happen, just because of how much money we're gonna have to spend to get in the door. And whenever I say we, it's me, but I'm trying to, include all of you guys. Somebody had mentioned that the other day. It's like, oh, what do you always say? Like we, like, do you have partners or investors? No, I'm saying like, as in like, it's me, but I say we, like you guys are part of this. So I'm including you guys in everything. So that's what I mean whenever I say we. I just thought that was random. Anyways, but yeah, so that's where my head is at with that. But I think I'm leaning more towards purchasing the property and, you know, starting building that wealth side of things. And that's pretty much where I see everything. Like this year, the Roman Empire Gym has done amazing. This is the best year we've done up to date. I have noticed though that we have been, like, the difference between 2022 and 2023 was substantial. It was a reasonable amount. Now, whenever we compare 2023 to 2024, I'm starting to realize that it started to plateau a little bit. It's not going how it was the first 2 years when we first expanded, 3 years, but of course it makes sense, right? We've been in business for, in that new facility, 3.5 years. At some point it was going to have to start plateauing, and it was going to have to start flatlining, right? And I feel like we're getting to that point right now, which it's a great spot. I'm not complaining. I think it's a really good I like the cash flow that it's currently bringing in. I wouldn't change a thing right now, just because I can actually project, like, okay, with this amount of money, at the rate that we're growing every single month, I have an idea of how much money we're going to make next year, and it gives me an idea of how much money I can actually spend, because I have to be very cautious, right? We have a current facility operating 24/7. I want to make sure that that's good. Now I have a house, so I got to make sure that everything is good at home, financial wise. And now we're building a second facility, so that one's going to require a ridiculous amount of money. I just have to make sure we're making the right decisions, we're moving at the right pace, and I don't think fast is the right pace right now. So we're gonna be taking our time with this. And we're still gonna wait on all of the equipment. Some of the manufacturers are taking up to 12 months, which is ridiculous. But that's just what it is, And you just gotta follow the rules and play the game, and that's what we're doing. I don't have anything like crazy planned for next year either. I just want to focus on growth. We're not going to be hosting a lot of events or anything like that next year, which events do drain me just because of the amount of resources that we have to pour into them every single time. And my thing is, like, every event has to be bigger and better. I would hate to host an event and not do as good as the event we did prior to that. So I do kind of like have a high standard when it comes to hosting events, and I just want to make sure that everybody that comes in has a great time. I want to be able to bring in more people every single time. Like, we had our tug of war event, which was crazy. I was going to record it, but there was a lot going on. I was part of it, and I just felt like it was going to take me out from the event, and I wanted to enjoy it because there was a lot of planning that went behind that event. And like I said, I just wanted to be present, so I decided not to record that. But it was crazy. We had the most amount of people we've ever had in the gym that day, and it was wild. We had 4 different gyms in our facility, and I have really good close relationships with all those people that I invited, just because I do want to push I want to push the fitness community here in Houston a little bit more. I feel like if I wasn't here, we would all be very separated. I try to bring everybody close together, and that's going to be one of the things that I'll continue to do every single year. I have there's a few like things that I want to do with like gym owners. Like, I want to sit down and I want to kind of like just sit down and go over some of the problems that they're having. I do want to make that event really, really big, but it's going to be only gym owners. So if you're a gym owner and you're in the Houston area, I want to help as much as possible, just not because I think that I know the answers to everything or anything like that. I just feel like we can all learn from each other. I'm sure you guys have dealt with things that maybe I haven't dealt with. There's people that have been in the business longer than I have. There's a lot of gyms here that have been in business for 10 plus years. I want to reach out to those people. I want to bring them in, and I want to learn from you guys as well. I think if we can, it's a mutual benefit kind of thing. There's a lot of things that I've learned over the past 7 years that somebody that's just not getting started has no idea, right? So I want to build that good, like, solid fitness gym owner community. I want to be the guy to do that here in Houston, because it seems like everybody is very spread out. Nobody's really collaborating with each other. Like, at least me, I hadn't seen any gyms actually collaborate on an event, on an Instagram post, because it's like, oh, it's your competition, right? You're not supposed to do that. I don't see anybody as competition, and I think the people that I'm close with, and this is why I invited them, they don't have that mindset of like, oh no, you're competition, I can't talk to you, or oh no, like, I don't want you to take clients away from me. Houston is big, there's millions of people here, and I think that there's enough for everybody. So yeah, those are the kind of people that I like to socialize with and hang around with, because they actually want to see you do better. And I feel like the world needs more of that, right now. I feel like the whole just world in general seems very, very spread out. Sometimes we get caught up in our day-to-day lives, we disregard everything that's going on out there. And whenever you like actually sit down and you start like looking, on Instagram or on the news, it's crazy. It really is. And I feel like if I can create a place where people can come in for an hour or two and forget about anything that's going on, outside of that place, just for an hour or two every single day, I'll be happy. I'll make that, my life's mission, because I was that person, 10 years ago. I had a gym membership. I was working a lot. This is before I built the gym, before I had my own gym. I had a lot going on, man, and the gym was my safe space, my getaway. And I think that's why I fell in love with the gym so much. You would go in there, you would de-stress, you would think. It just clears your mind, man. And I wanted to create that for people, and I feel like we've done that. And now I just want to make this larger so more people can have access to it. That's part of the reason why for the next gym, I'm not charging my current members anything to have access to that location. Where everybody that's a current member will have access to the second location. Everybody that signs up at the new location will have access to this location. If we build more gyms here in Houston, they'll have access to all of them. I think you have to take care of people at some point. I think the money is good, but I feel like if you take care of people, the money will follow. But you have to do it with good intent. You don't have to do it like you have to do it because you want to help people, and I feel like that's been my thing. That's been my biggest thing ever since I started. I grew up with not a lot of money. I grew up in a very, very poor side of Mexico. As you guys know, or if you guys didn't know, I was not born in the United States. I was born in Mexico, and I was brought here when I was 8 years old. And I am so thankful that happened, because I got to see a whole different world. And I don't think I would be the same person that I am today if I hadn't seen what I saw when I was a kid, if I hadn't experienced what I had experienced. And I think everything happens for you. I really do. I am a big, firm believer of that. Everything that you think it's bad, it's happening for you. It's not against you. Life is not against you. You just have to take the punches, learn from them, and come out better. And that's one of the things that I did. Even when I came here to the United States, my parents, they're not rich. They don't come from money. My dad had 2 jobs. My mom had 2 jobs, so I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them. But there's always food on the table. We lived in a very, very small apartment. It was a studio apartment. We would all sleep together on a mattress that was on the floor. A lot of people don't know this, right? And I'm not going to paint this little sad story or anything like that. I'm glad that happened. I really am. I'm thankful for the struggles that I had to, endure throughout my freaking lifespan, because some people have it worse. And at least we had food on our table, and at least we had a roof over our head, Everything else didn't fucking matter. But I always felt like there was more out there. I always felt like, why not me? Like, why can't I be that fucking guy, The guy that makes millions of dollars a year, the guy that drives the fucking nice car, the guy with the $1 million fucking home. Like, I always kept that in the back of my head, and that kind of like pushed me to work harder, And I feel like a lot of people lack that nowadays. Like, they really do. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of social media. I really don't know where it comes from. I really don't. I feel like, why isn't everybody as hungry or even hungrier, you know? Like, I feel like everybody should be doing more with their life than what they're currently doing. I really, really do, man. And that's why I always look back at things and I'm like, man, I'm glad I got to struggle the way I did. I'm glad my family got to struggle the way they did, because now they're obviously a hell of a lot better, and I try to take care of them as much as possible. I always give back, and I'm huge on giving back to those that actually support you, to the people that actually love you, right? I'm huge on that, and I feel like I will continue to do that, you know, especially for my mom and dad. I feel like they've done a lot, they've risked a lot, you know, and we can have a debate, which we won't, right, on immigration and all that and all those things. And me, I'm just speaking for myself, right? I am immigrant. I came from another place, and I feel like if you're watching this and you're one of those kids that came here when they were very young, and you're not doing anything with your life, you should really take advantage of the fact that you're here. I do believe that this is the greatest fucking place on earth. I think the United States is the greatest fucking place on earth. I really, really do. Only here can a 23-year-old open up his own fucking business and in 7 years fucking make millions off of it, you know? And I feel like if you're not taking advantage of that, then I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. The way I see it, I feel like my parents have sacrificed so much just for me to be here and for me to have the opportunities that I currently have, and I don't take that for granted. I focus on that every single day. When I was younger, even more, you know. I always felt like they needed some validation of why they left their homes at the age that they did, and whenever they came here, all the work that they did. I couldn't let them down, and that was, like I said, that was always in the back of my head. It's still to this day, and yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling with the punches, you know. We're just gonna keep fucking working, and I'm super excited for next year, guys. I really am. I think there's gonna be a lot of good positive things coming next year, and yeah, life is just crazy. It's crazy how you could be in a specific spot one day, and then you fucking wake up the next day and boom, you know, completely different place. Yeah, I feel like you just got to figure it out, you know. Everybody has to figure out their own thing, and some people might take a little longer. If you are, 30, 40 years old and you haven't started just yet, it's okay. You gotta keep in mind, like, there's people that are in their 50s, that's when they fucking started and they became fucking billionaires, Not the money is everything, or money is happiness, but money does help. Like, I hate it when people say, oh, money doesn't buy you happiness. No, it doesn't, but it does fucking help, man. If your mom gets sick, if your dad gets sick, if you get sick, right? That's a lot of money, man. And money does help when it comes to those things. Traveling, right? If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're constantly working, if you had a little bit more money, then you wouldn't have to work so much, and you would actually be able to travel with your loved ones, spend more time with your loved ones. You wouldn't have to be at work, all day, every day. And that's one of the things that I'm so mindful of now. I try to spend as much time as possible with my family, on Saturday and Sunday, family time. Monday through Friday, we're going to fucking work our asses off. We're going to fucking kill it. We're going to do as much as we possibly can. And then, boom, on the weekends, it's all family. Except Sunday nights. Sunday nights, I like to spend some time on the computer talking to Chinese people. That's funny. But yeah, we're actually about to get to the gym. I want to show you guys the entrance. And yeah, it was just a little rant today. I just had a lot of things in my head. Sometimes whenever you just have so much in your head that you can't sleep, like your brain is just like going and going and going, and you're like, damn, like, shut up. That's how it was last night. I couldn't sleep. and there was just so much that I wanted to talk about, so many ideas in my head. I actually wrote all of them down. Whenever I'm in like that state that I can't sleep, but my brain is just going, I literally just get I get a piece of paper and a fucking pencil, and I write everything down, and it helps. It really, really does help. Like taking the whatever you're thinking or doing here, and then just putting it on paper. To me, it helps out a lot. So I had to it was like 3 pages full of stuff, you know. Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy, but I feel like a lot of people probably feel the same way. So maybe I'm not crazy. Let me show you guys. Oh, we're just gonna drive in. Oh yeah, look at this setup. It's fucking ridiculous. I had to put a blanket on top of here so the camera wouldn't fall. Don't judge me. Look at this. Yeah. Beautiful place. Horrible parking job. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video, guys. I just went on a little rant, just speaking my head out, you know, just yeah. If you guys liked the video, and if you guys want me to do more little rants like this, comment down below. Let me know, and I'll make them happen. I really want to upload more on YouTube. I've been I feel like there's a lot of I just want to be on that platform a little bit more. I've been really enjoying it, and I actually enjoyed talking, you know, one-on-one with you guys as opposed to like an Instagram post. I like communicating, you know. And yeah, but yeah, if you guys like the video, let me know. We'll make more videos like this, and we are gonna be making 2 more videos, so be expecting those this week, and we're gonna fucking keep it going. Yeah, until next time. Peace.